Hello everyone, so this is going to be a video on how to replace Ultra Dynamic Sky with the Sky Creator weather system. It's fairly easy, but first we need to take a couple steps first. So when you create a new project, you need to make sure that your Creator plugin is enabled in your plugins and that you have the Sky Creator object in your scene. So go ahead and create your project, enable the plugin, restart it, drag Sky Creator into your scene, and close it down. And once you close it down, then you copy over GES just like you normally do. So once GES is copied over, let's go ahead and open it up. That's just with my map. So that shouldn't have been in there. Okay, so it should look like this. Or well, not like this because I've got some stuff set up, but basically you shouldn't have GES in your scene. So just drag it. Now it's going to be blank like this because it's still got ultra dynamic sky stuff in it, which we're going to fix right now. So we'll go ahead and click on edit the BP. And the first thing we're going to do is go to the construction script. And the setup part right here, we are going to grab all that, and you can see we've got errors there. This is expected. Delete it. Okay, and then we are going to go to the Blueprint UE link, and we're going to grab the GES Sky Creator construction script setup, copy that, and paste that in here. And then we're going to move over here a little bit, connect it up. This should say Sky Creator. If it doesn't, make sure you just go in here and type in Sky Creator and grab this one here. Now this one you're going to need to set. It's going to come in as object. You're going to need to set this to Sky Creator. And that one right here. And just click on that. Don't worry about any of the other references. Just click on that. And it's going to say change variable type. You're going to click on that. And it's going to go through changing these variable types. Okay. And don't save or compile anything at this point. The next thing we need to go is click on the event graph. Okay. And this says UDW event graph setup. This whole yellow box is it, the whole comment box here. So we're going to grab this whole comment box and everything in it and select it and delete it. Okay, and then we are going to go to the GES Sky Creator event graph setup and copy it. Okay, and we'll go back to our event graph. Okay, let's get some space over here, paste it in, and then we're going to want to move that back so we can see everything and connect it up. So this first pin is no longer being used. But the second one is here where it says get current weather values. So we want to just kind of move it down a little bit so those are about in line for cleanliness and connect them up. And then we also need to connect this one, and it looks like I've got got it off a little bit on this one. So let's just move that up a bit and connect it. Okay, so you can see that we connected this one here. So we've got, it'll come in with three. This one here. So the second one you want to connect to the first box. The third one you want to connect to this box, and the fourth one you want to connect to the last box. Ah, Okay, and we're not using that pen because again, that's UDW. So now you should be able to save it and compile it, and it compiled successfully. So we now have everything set up for Sky Creator to work. We do need to change something in the BP, a few things. I've gone ahead and added the Sky Creator controller example. This is just the example from Sky Creator. And as you all know, if you've used the Sky Creator versus Ultra Dynamic Sky Weather, Sky Creator is you basically write your own controller. She's got an example controller where Ultra Dynamic Weather, it's a bit more user friendly because you're basically just checking boxes and changing things like that. And in Sky Creator, he does have an example controller where you have a lot of that kind of stuff in there. But again, it's all pretty much custom to what you want to write. I mean, you can see the amount of settings versus what Ultra Dynamic Sky has by default is drastically different. Now, Sky Creator is great, and you can do all those different things that Ultra Dynamic Weather has. It's just that UDS has it set up kind of for you and easier to use, where Sky Creator gives you a lot more control, a lot more flexibility, but at the same time, more work. But it's still a really cool system, and that's why I went ahead and added it. So anyway, going back to what you need to do for GES. So the ultra dynamic weather system um, uh, uses a wind speed of 0 to 10, and we're incrementing it by tenths. So it goes from 0 to zero point 0.1 to zero point 0.2, or 1 to 1.1 to 1.2, all the way up to 10, where Sky Creator uses values of 0 to 500, so we don't need to worry about the tenth. We don't really want to go zero point 0.1, zero point 0.2, all the way up to 500. That'd just be way too much. So we're going to set the float precision to 0, which basically truncates the float to a whole integer. All right. The wind direction is fine because Sky Creator also uses the 0 to 360. And so now we're going to set up some stuff. Now, Megascans is not, any of the assets like Megascans and Project Nature and other stuff that I already set up ultra dynamic wet weather effects and are not going to necessarily work. So I wouldn't copy those over like you do with UDS. You're going to have to set up the wet weather effects in your own materials in Megascans or Project Nature or whatever other systems that you're using. You're going to have to set up those wet weather effects according to Sky Creator's procedures. But that shouldn't change the wind speed and direction that we're dealing with. So I'm going to pick a system, say Maui, which we don't have any of the ultra dynamic weather effects in it already, so we can see that the material comes through nicely, and we're going to enable it. So what we need to do we need to change these default wind speed arrays, because the default arrays are set up for ultra dynamic sky wind speeds, which are ranged from 0 to 10. So for this one, we've got it as 0 to 2. We need to change it to a range between 0 and 500. So for me, I like, since the way I've got the default setups, we've got basically 5 different speeds that we're looking at. And that works well for Sky Creator too. So what I'm going to do is change this from 0 to 100. So when we're in a speed range of 0 to 100, we're going to leave our wind speed and intensity the same here. And then so the next thing we'll do is we'll change this to 101 to 200 and 201 to 300 and 301 to 400 and 401 to 500. So this is basically equals the min and max speed, like UDS, but just in Sky Creator values. All right. So in the controller example, I'm just going to change the delay here a little bit so it's faster, so we can see how everything works. I'm just going to change this to 1 and 1. And we've got starting with clear, and again, I'm going to change the duration just for so we can see it work. 1, and we're going between snow and clear. So we should see these things speed up and slow down just like we do normally. Let's give it a go. Okay, so we saw it move several times as it goes through the wind speed change. Okay, so it's working as expected. One more time, so it's, there we go. So that's basically it for Sky Creator. Now you have Sky Creator working with GES. Thank you.